Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your powerful messages for March reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Sagittarius. So my intentions for this reading, Sagittarius, is to channel and provide messages from Spirit for you for the month of March, to ask what may be happening, unfolding, if anything has happened, why has it happened, and you can also just take this reading as anything you need to hear right now in this moment in regards to what's unfolding in your life. And this can impact any aspect: love and romance, career and finances, spiritual evolution, but whatever Spirit would like to talk about shall be said. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this reading. I'm first going to use my sound bowl to clear and set the energy, and just want to take a quick moment to say that if you have any beings of the light that you would like to welcome into this space, specific angels, ancestors, spirit guides, maybe even past down loved ones, you're welcome to ask them to join us here now. So let's tune in to the energy of Sagittarius for March. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's happening for my Sagittarians from now to the end of March. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's go ahead and see what you need to hear right now. What's the energy surrounding you at this time? What is likely to unfold from now till the end of the month? Okay, Sagittarius, we got thorns, and this is what Taurus got. So if you have strong Taurus in your chart, you may feel drawn to the Taurus reading. Go ahead and check it out because there may be some messages for you there. So what it says is, weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. I feel Sagittarius a little bit different than what I was feeling for Taurus's reading, is a huge release. A release, a letting go. You know, there's a lot of readings where it's like, don't give up, you're almost there, your blessings are around the corner. But there's something I feel, Sagittarius, that has been existing, being allowed in your life for too long. And maybe it's just been putting off from finally closing that chapter in your life because you're afraid of the reaction, you're afraid of the consequences or of something horrible happening. But whatever has been existing in your life, Sagittarius, that you've outgrown, that does not serve you, is keeping you in this pile of thorns. It almost feels as if there's someone or something in your life that you feel constantly criticized by, judged for, and almost as if this is a person specifically in or around your energetic field, they want you to feel that way. Because they don't feel that they're free, they don't feel high vibrational, they don't feel happy. And unfortunately, this is the type of energy I'm picking up on that really doesn't want anyone else to be either. So they try to keep you entrapped. They try to keep you in this energy that you're not meant to be in, quite honestly. If this is a job, then just use that as a metaphor. So Sagittarius, I feel that there's just something, maybe even you've been trying to let this go, trying to let it down easily, and they're not willing to let you be free. They're not willing to let you make your own choice to move on or to decide what's right for you. And Sagittarius, even if there's challenges ahead of this person's denial or something that you feel is just not letting you move forward the way you want to have the life you want to build for yourself, Spirit is saying no matter how tough it gets, to continue to do what's right for you, to not give in to someone else's needs or expectations of you, because that will keep you in this place of unhappiness, unfulfillment that you know is not meant for you. You know this. I don't think this is something you're discovering, have yet to see. You're fully aware of what the thorns are in your life. And you're slowly but surely getting out of it. So I think there are going to be some challenges as far as establishing boundaries, as far as being sure of yourself that this is the right thing to do. For some of you, this feels like a separation. I wonder if this is romantic related, of, coming out of a toxic relationship with someone. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. And I hate to say this, but whatever this energy is I'm picking up on, why they're so thorny, they're very hard to deal with. They're a bit unreasonable. So it almost feels as if when you try to communicate how you honestly feel, what you honestly think about a certain situation, they just don't want to hear it. They get defensive. They get prickly. They try to reverse it back onto you, bring stuff up from the past that was long resolved. Yeah, Sagittarius, it's time to free yourself from this. It's time to do what you can to move forward away from this situation that is hurting you. And whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, it drains you. It drains you completely. And it doesn't leave the fuel and the resource for you to get further ahead in your life, in your career. But Spirit is saying, I'm hearing the song even Keep Your Head Up by Tupac Shakur. And so, if some of you have already made that choice, you've already done the changes you need to do, made the plans on how you're going to move forward in this, there may be some setbacks, there may be some blocks, but no matter what, just keep your head up and push through to do what's right for you. It just keeps on repeating as that theme. And maybe this is when you need to hear it the most, Sagittarius. All right, tell me more about what's going on in Sagittarius' life that they need to release, talk about. Sagittarius, miracles. Ooh, I just got chills. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Wow. So a lot of you are further along the process of really coming out of the thorns, really coming out of the woods. Sagittarius, I swear that there's something good to come out of this, better than what you think, better than what you expect. I almost feel okay, so let's just say that you lost a job. Let's just say you got out of a relationship that really broke your heart. It's been tough to kind of sit in the energy of healing, of evolving, of purging the old behaviors, thought patterns that may have attracted that type of energy karmically to you in the first place. But you've been doing the work, Sagittarius. Your spirit team sees it, the universe sees it, God sees it. And they are not going to let this go unnoticed. They're not going to let this go unrewarded. And some of you, although this experience was painful, although at times it was just even too much, you kept going. You kept doing the work. And whether that's the work to find a new place to live, to do whatever spiritual healing that you needed to do so you don't hold space for the types of energy that are going to put you in this thorny situation again, there's a miracle that's about to emerge. And now let's talk about miracles, because I know some people are very fixated on outcomes and the way they only perceive one type of miracle to be, that they ignore the rest. And these miracles can just be someone coming into your life that validates you, validates your experience, appreciates you as who you are, wants to put you on the pedestal to show off how amazing you are. A miracle could be in the form of getting some sort of job that, although it wasn't what you thought to be for yourself in the beginning, turns out to be your breakthrough, turns out to be something you're very good at, turns out to be something that you're doing amazing at, that will lead you to some sort of management role, CEO position. But what this person is holding, this man is holding in the picture, is a genie lamp. So there's a part of you, Sagittarius, that always had faith. That always had faith of something's going to get better. That my situation, my life is going to turn around. And I feel March is the time when your life is really going to surprise you. And I know it sounds corny. I know this is probably the most overused phrase, but truly what you had to go through, what had to leave your life, what had to end, you're going to see in March was the blessing in disguise. If you had still been in this area of your life where you were unhappy but just putting up with it, putting through it because you were afraid of going for something new, you were afraid of failure, you would not reach to this miracle. You wouldn't reach this miraculous energy around you that you've worked so hard to get to by taking chances, by taking risks. And what I mean by the work that a lot of people don't do is a couple things. Some people do not believe they're worthy enough of getting out of a situation they're unhappy, and so they stay in it. And as they stay in it, their light starts to dim. They become resentful, they become bitter, they become hateful because they believe they weren't given the life that they deserved, even though they never did anything to come out of it. Because coming out of it is the hardest work. I think a lot of people, due to certain beliefs around manifestation, think that all you have to do is hope for it, not change anything else about your life, and it'll be given to you. We always have to meet the universe, God, halfway. So, Sagittarius, that's exactly what you've been doing. And even taking the step of no longer accepting thorns in your life, thorns to grow in your life, is really what is bringing the room for this miracle to happen and emerge. So there's a blessing coming. The blessing of what you've been, it's going to show you the proof that the work was worth it. So this may be different for all of you, a new relationship, a new friendship, a healing of a relationship, a new love coming into your life, a new job, a promotion in your job. I'm also seeing like some sort of money coming in, whether that's some loan being given to you that's going to help you get on your feet again. I even feel like the assistance of a friend, a family member that truly cares about you, loves you, romantic partner maybe even, that wants to give you a little bit of a boost to get your life back going. But what I see for this, for most of you generally, whatever you lost from going through this thorn situation that was painful and hurtful, the universe, God, and spirit is going to pay you back tenfold. That's what these miracles are all about. And sure, for some of you, it could be that one big miracle. Most of you, I feel it's the little ones that are starting to add up, that are starting to show you that everything has made a difference that I've done. It's truly, this has been one of my favorite readings I've done so far. It's that turnaround, it's that comeback, it's that I will not stay down no matter what. Push me down 9 times, but I get up 10. It's a Cardi B song, I believe. But anyway, Mother Earth, beautiful. Feel loved and comforted. Oh, Sagittarius, I wonder for some of you if there's potential mother healing coming through here. And if that is not a message for you, whether you get along great with your mom, maybe your mom is the one that is going to help heal you through this, help support you through this. Others of you, you may be healing some sort of mother wound. But regardless, I feel that where you felt as if you were alone, as if you felt you weren't being seen, you weren't being heard, that it was just one struggle after the next, I feel March is going to show you how much you are watched over, how much you're cared for, how much you're protected. Someone may be finding out that they're pregnant, okay? And that may be the miracle in itself. If it's not your message, just don't take it. But with this Mother Earth here, I feel for some of you, there has always been a draw to environmentalism, to protecting the earth. Maybe some of you are starting to form your career in that, or a passion for that. And for some of you, you may be known for your progression in that field. Maybe some of you are starting to get more involved in environmentalism, and that is something that has been helping you heal through this thorny time in your situation. But I think, yeah, truly, Sagittarius, you can trust that the universe, God, your spirit team, your angels love you and support you. And I think you're going to feel more and more supported now than you have before, as you first started off this journey trying to get out of the thicket of the thorns that you found yourself in some sort of situation. Because this combination of miracles and Mother Earth, I think this is a blessing beyond just a spiritual upgrade, a spiritual awakening. This is something that you're going to feel in your 3D world. The birth of a child, the adoption maybe I'm hearing for someone. I don't know, adoption's kind of coming through. But yeah, I do feel you're in good hands, Sagittarius. And I do feel that a lot of you are already starting to see the blessings coming in, the support coming in, the care coming in. All right. Let's get a little bit deeper into this with the tarot and see what the tarot has to say. Tell me more. And for this, Sagittarius, maybe for some of you, if you never felt loved or supported by the outside world, you're starting to do that for yourself. And that's one of the most powerful things we can do in our spiritual healing and evolution, is when we can give ourselves that cup of love, when we can give ourselves that support, when we can give ourselves that nurturing and that kindness. That is a tool you're learning that is opening up the room for these miracles to come in. And I want to confirm that for you. All right, tell me more. And be open to receive, Sagittarius. I feel for some of you with the thorns, it's like for a while you felt like you had to be on your own. There was no one you could trust. I think Spirit is opening up opportunities and relationships to come in that are supporting you way more than you may have felt before. So be open to that. 6 of Orbs. So this is the 6 of Swords in traditional tarot, Aquarius energy, but Scorpio had this card in the exact position. So if you have strong Scorpio in your chart, I suggest checking out the Scorpio reading. You made it through, Sagittarius. Although there could be some days where you remember the times when you were in the thorns at its worst, a lot of you can look back and say, damn, I did it. Look what I've done. Look how far I've come. Look at what I've been able to overcome just mentally. I wonder if some of you would have intrusive thoughts based on what happened with the thorn energy. I wonder if some of you had days where you just felt like nothing was ever going to work in your favor. But again, you didn't let that fear overcome your faith. And with the 6 of Swords, I do want to say, by the fact of leaving or closing out or ending a certain situation did lead you on the right path. And I do feel as that started to disappear in your life, that whatever that thorn situation was, you started to see how much happier you were being away from that, how much more free you are in expressing yourself and being yourself than when you were in that thicket of thorns. You just really did not allow for that to continue to flourish in your life. And although you may have felt like people were against you for going outside of the grain, although you may have felt one person in particular was gunning for you, You were untouchable. Tell me more. You saw the situation for what it was, without the rose-colored glasses, without the gaslighting of other people trying to tell you it's something different. You saw the truth, and there was no going back after that, Sagittarius. Master of Crystals. Yeah, Scorpio also had this card in a different position. There is some sort of financial blessing coming in for some of you. And that could also be the contract to a new apartment, a new townhouse, a new home. Maybe even someone is offering for you to stay at their house until you get it all figured out, sorted out, your situation. I do feel for some of you, there's a King of Crystals, which is Taurus energy, by the way, that wants to be there for you, to support you, to be your rock. I feel this person is romantically interested in you. They could be someone that has a lot of money, has a lot of success in their career and their finances, and someone who wants to share that financial wealth with you. But maybe, you know, again, where I was kind of feeling that energy of not being sure if you should allow people to help you. Maybe you don't want to be accused of being like a sugar baby or something like that, or you don't want to be a charity or something. This person doesn't view you in that way. They know your strength. They know you're a fighter. They know you're a warrior. This person does not look at you, Sagittarius, and be like, oh, poor Sagittarius, or use money to control you. They really do want to do this because they feel you're a good person, and they feel that you need this little boost in your life to get you to where you need to go. So I definitely feel for some of you guys, someone is giving you a gift. Someone's giving you a payment. Someone's giving you a raise. And that financial boost is already going to be enough that will make a difference in your life. With Master of Crystals, it could be just the opportunity of a safe space, of security. This is someone you can trust with the Master of Crystals. This is someone who's good with money, who pays people back. This could also be a boss or a manager that sees you for your worth, sees what you've been through, and is helping you out. Tell me more for Sagittarius. Three of Orbs. So this is the Three of Swords. And this is coming under Mother Earth. Yeah, so bottom of the deck we have the Master of Orbs. This is the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. So very strong Aquarius energy as well in this reading. But let's talk about this combination here because I feel this is the most prevalent for some of you guys. Through the thicket of thorns, it could have started from some sort of feminine wound. I'm going to say mother wound because it's very clear for some of you here. Where almost as if you didn't get along with the strong feminine energy. Maybe you weren't used to the type of love, whether that was through a parent, whether that was through siblings, almost as if every time Mother's Day or Father's Day comes around, you kind of cringe because you're like, okay, it's great that everyone else has that fantastic relationship with their parents, but I don't. It makes you feel some type of way. It makes you kind of trigger all the pains that happen from childhood, from being raised in a situation you didn't feel loved, appreciated. There could have been some neglect too, I'm kind of feeling here. So for those of you that is your message, okay, if it's not, bear with me for a second. But for those of you that is your message, you are finally healing that. You're healing the feeling of not being good enough to be loved, to be appreciated. And I think through the miracles that are starting to pour in, you really are starting to see how worthy you are in this world, Sagittarius. How much you do matter. Even if you didn't feel that way for the longest time, you do. You have something to share. You have something to give. Very specifically here. So this may be for one or two of you. Whether you find out you're pregnant or you find out someone else is pregnant through you. It may be someone who you guys aren't in a relationship with anymore, you're in separation with. And so you're trying to decide what to do with how you're going to be able to carry on this pregnancy, what you want to do with it. And I'm just going to leave it at that. In Sagittarius, you do what's best for you. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? But with this Mother Earth and Three of Orbs, Three of Swords, if some of you are afraid of becoming parents because of your childhood or your background, you're going to be an amazing parent. You're not going to repeat the past of what your parents did to you. You are loving, you are kind, you are caring, you are nurturing. And you are so much more than what you were given. So the fears are unfounded if that is some of them for you. But generally, yes, I do feel the material world, the world outside of you, is going to start to reflect the work you've been doing within. And that where there was areas of your life that were unhealed, that were hurtful, that maybe still are lingering a little bit in your energy, in your heart chakra. I think March is a way of where you're going to start to see all the healing you've done within is going to start to show without. And even if there's still a little bit of wounds there, you're on the right track to healing. So be kind and compassionate towards yourself, even if you get triggered at times, even if there's times you step back out into the old ways, you're doing the best that you can, and that is enough. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel this is maybe what you're aspiring to be. Someone that is clear, someone that is confident, someone that knows, doesn't second guess themselves, someone that takes time to analyze, adjust, and react in a logical way. I think you guys had to become the King of Swords in order to get to this place where you're at. You didn't have time to really just emotionally adjust or emotionally process. You had to do what you could to get yourself out of the thicket of thorns of this situation here. And for others of you, there could have been a King of Swords that was trying to have influence over your life, that was trying to keep you in your place, it almost feels. That was trying to be condescending with you, judgmental of you. It didn't work. It didn't work with you. And I think they still watch you from afar. I think they still try to analyze and observe you. But they can stay sitting where they're at, because it's not going to change the direction you're going, Sagittarius. But you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, and you need to trust your growth. You're amazing. I just want to tell you that. All right, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and get one more card. And with this deck here, I'm going to read an excerpt from the book because I think the book explains it so beautifully. Tiger's Eye. I love this for you guys. Number 24. Number 24 can mean something to you. Some of you could be born near the tiger in Chinese astrology, or the animal tiger has always meant something to you on a personal level. But let's go ahead and see what it has to say. I connect with my roots so that I may heal. With reflective stripes that glimmer in the sun, the golden brown stone is a bridge to connect you with the earth. Tiger's Eye can help to promote clarity, dispel anxiety, and bring you good luck. Connecting with the root chakra, Tiger's Eye is a stone that encourages grounding and connecting with your roots, both ancestrally and out in nature. Whether you are directly familiar with your ancestors or not, you can connect with them in meditation and the dream world. You were born within this lifetime to heal and connect with your higher self. But in order to do that, there can be a lot of deep work to do on healing the root causes and issues around ancestral wounds in your lineage. Allow nature to be your companion on this journey and take some time to connect with the trees, flowers, and the dirt beneath your feet. Welcome the life force of the planet that's always available to support you. I mean, if that does not put the pretty cherry on top of all this, I don't know what does, Sagittarius. This is what you're going through right now. Maybe for some of you, your ancestors want to reach out to you in this very moment to tell you they're so proud of you, to tell you that you are the lineage breaker, the repetitive ancestral chain breaker that they needed so much in the line that you came from. And I feel that although you guys may still struggle with this work, because it's hard work, it's not easy, like I said, there's a miracle to come out of this. And I do feel for some of you, it is imperative that you spend time in nature and find ways you can invite nature into your life. If it's somewhere where it's a bit cold outside, just buy some plants, some house plants to have in your house. I wonder if some of you are available to go on some walks, to go hiking, to find places in nature that you can connect deeply to the root chakra, to your natural environment. I say pay attention to certain trees, plants, flowers, animals that keep repeating in your consciousness, because I feel those have medicines for you, that they're trying to send messages to you through spirit. But I think, Sagittarius, you've done so much. It's time to receive. It's time to receive these miracles. It's time to receive these blessings. Your ancestors want to give it to you. The universe wants to give it to you. God wants to give it to you. And I think for some of you, the last step before this can be in your hands is to receive. Be open to receive. And I get when it's so scary after being something so hard as the thorns, to be afraid if I'm open again, if I'm vulnerable again, I'm going to get hurt. You're not. You've learned all that you could from this situation. You've healed a lot within yourself where that energy is not going to be attracted to you again, Sagittarius. And even so, you have the discernment of the King of Swords to cut it quick if it starts to get funky. But Sagittarius, it is time for your healing. It is time for your growth, and it's time for your rewards. So trust and believe you're worthy. Trust and believe that the good is coming into your life after a time of working so hard to get there, because you're here, Sagittarius. And I can't wait to see what's coming into your life that will help reassure this belief for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really hope it resonated with you. I hope it provides you with the clarity, insight, healing, guidance in regards to whatever it is you're going through in your life at this time. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Sagittarius, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Sagittarius.